Hey everyone, and welcome back to our mobile game dev series. Last episode, we made a brand new inventory system, and we continued the UI to support this new system. While doing this, we also implemented the buying and selling of items. If you haven't seen this last episode, I recommend checking it out. The link to the full Mobiledev playlist will be in the description. Despite all of the inventory and trading work we did, a critical function is still lacking to make everything cohesive. Money. That's right, just like in the real world, if we don't have money, well, we can't do anything. Currently, we can trade items, but they have no price. However, adding money is not as simple as just putting a static price tag on every item. For this trading-based game to be fun, the prices must be constantly fluctuating. While I start coding this system, let me guide you through how I plan to make this work. Every item will have a base price, and there are going to be 4 factors of influence over that base price: time, types, location, and events. Let's go quickly over each one of those. First of all, time is pretty self-explanatory. Every set amount of time in-game, prices will fluctuate semi-randomly. The reason I don't do complete randomness is that it doesn't make sense for a price to be completely random. Instead, I opted to make it so that prices will follow trends. If the price starts going up, it will have a bit more chance to keep going up to a certain point, where it will become more likely to start going down. Our second and third factors will be types and location. As mentioned in previous episodes, every item will have a type, and the location of each market will influence the price of all objects of a certain price. For example, villages in the mountain will sell rocks for cheap, but buy crops for more money than a village in a field. The last source of influence is events. Events will happen randomly while traveling in the game and will affect certain markets. An example of a possible event could be famine, which will make food much more valuable in every village. For the time function, I had to come up with an equation to manage the chances of a price going up and down, so I had to do the unthinkable. I had to use math. I'm not even gonna bother explaining the process behind this, even I don't fully understand it, but here's the nice little equation I put in my code. Slight overlook from me though, for a price to fluctuate over time, time needs to be a thing, and in our game, time is currently inexistent, so prices will have to wait a little bit. Let's implement time. I started by updating the UI again to make it so time is displayed. Since I want to make this quick, a simple number will do for now. Here's how it works. While the player is at a city, time is paused, and when they travel, 1 hour passes every half second. Simple enough. Now, with time being a thing, we can test the price change over time. I've put the same items in every city's market to help see this change. We start in Red City. As you can see, an iron ore here is worth 6 gold, a potion 100, and a sword 50. Now we travel to Green City, and 13 hours pass. Now we arrive, and as you can see, our prices are updated. Wait, what? Now we arrive, and our new prices are $9 for an iron ore, 130 for a potion, and 82 for a sword. So we can see that in 13 hours, iron ore went up 50% in price, potions also went up by 30%, and swords went up by 64%. On the plus side, the economy is booming. However, this is not normal and means my equation probably sucks. You're gonna have to bear with me here a little bit, we're about to go full nerd mode. To show you visually what is wrong, I ran a simulation of the prices over a period of 1 month, or 720 hours, to see how the items are currently fluctuating. Here are the price graphs. The middle line shows the base prices for the items. Currently, we can see that for most items, the prices have a huge tendency to go higher rather than lower. Now, since there is an amount of randomness, it is possible that this only occurred by luck. But here I ran it 100 times, and this is the average price fluctuation from all these runs. It becomes clear now that our function is heavily skewed upwards. The goal we are aiming for here is for the average to be as close as possible to the base price, meaning the fluctuations tend to equally be up and down. After a lot of math and a lot of weird results, I ended up with an equation that gave great results. This is the average of 100 different month period tries. The great thing is that because of randomness, the prices will never do the same thing, so everyone will have a different gameplay experience. In this first simulation, for example, we can see that potions have been exploding in price, making them a good trade over time. Swords fluctuate quite a bit, making them good to have for quick trades here and there. If I rerun the simulation, this time potions have been crashing, meaning this time trading them would result in losing money. And the same thing goes for sword in this simulation. Whew, that was a lot of numbers and graphs. Let's go back in our game and watch these numbers in action. We start off with our base prices, and here's what happens after 17 hours of travel. Now we have something that makes a lot more sense. We have some increases and some decreases. Now that our time factor has been implemented correctly, let's go over the next one, the location factor. Fortunately, this one will be much simpler to implement, as it will be a flat boost depending if the type of material matches or not the biome. Let's visualize what this looks like. I promise there's not gonna be math this time. I'm not gonna show every possible combination because I might add, remove or change some of them in the future. For example, there could be a single city in the whole world that produces bread and it could buy grain for more money than any other town. For now though, let's stick to basic types. Here, I made it so that Red City, the city we always start at, is considered a plains town. Food can then be bought for cheap here, and as we can see, even though the base price of apples is 10, they only cost 8 here. I have 2000 gold to start with, so I buy 20 apples for 160 gold. Then I head to Blue City, which is a mountain city. Here, food is much more expensive, so I can sell my apples for 11 gold each. And I end up with a total of 2060 gold, a profit of 60 gold for that trade. And right there, we basically have the gameplay loop for our game. Buy low, sell high, profit, and repeat. You might notice I've also finally connected the UI to the actual gold count. Now, whenever we do a transaction, the gold bar visually updates to show the current amount. And with all that work, we'll end it here for this week. I'm really happy with the work that's been done so far for the prices, but there's still a lot to be done. Next time, we'll look into the last factor, which are events. We're going to implement a random system for events and also manage the price influence for them. By the way, I have Twitter now, so if you have Twitter, make sure you go follow me on there. The link is in the description. It's my first time using this platform. I don't really know how to use it, but I'm gonna be tweeting dumb stuff and updates about the game in videos I release, so follow me there, yeah. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, comment on what you think I should add to the game, ring the bell, and most importantly, stay hydrated. I will see you next week. Bye!